Okay, so I received my big box today from So Brothers Quilting, So Quilting, and it was from the Saturday Night Destash, August, what day was that? 5th, maybe? I can't remember for sure. It's all running together right now. I'm pretty sure it was from August 5th, and it's a pretty good sized box, so I'm going to go ahead and pick it up here on the table, and then I will probably change the camera angle so you can see the different fabrics that I got in the box. So let's see if I can get it picked up. It's pretty dirty too. Ooh. So this was the box that they were trying to sell it all as one big box, and I had me and another, I think it was Linda McFarland, and I feel like there was maybe a couple other people that were bidding in too, and I kind of, like, things got out of hand, and I had only said something about splitting with her, and there were maybe some other people that could have got part of it too, but I have a feeling that what the guys were going for was not necessarily having to bag it all, like split it all up and bag it all up. They were trying to have somebody that really wanted to get a massive amount of fabric and just get it sold that way. I'm sure they're doing Balthazar's Bazaar, so they're doing something every day, doing a sale on YouTube every day in August, and I'm sure it's getting a little out of hand. So, or not out of hand, but I'm sure that they're very, very busy. So they were probably trying to just take all the scraps and put in one big box to send to somebody rather than having to bag them all up and sell them individually. I don't know. I could be wrong. But that thought had crossed my mind, that would maybe be something that I would do if that were the case. Because I'm sure that even trying to take the fabric ends and trying to divvy them all up into bags is probably somewhat time consuming. I don't know that it would take a tremendous amount, but I'm sure it's not. It's an extra step that they don't really want to have to be doing when they have a ton more orders to fill. Anyhow, alright, so I'm not real sure how to do this right now, because I want you to be able to just see the individual fabrics. And I only have the one camera, so let me pause for, well, you know what, let me go ahead and open it. And like I said, it's pretty dirty, so I really want to get something here to kind of wipe it down with. Let's use a scrap piece of batting and try to get some of the dust off of it here. Unfortunately, when you live in a rural area, this is what you deal with. Probably deal with it even in an urban area, but we have a lot of gravel roads around me, so of course when they drive with the doors having to be open and etc., it's pretty nasty dirty. Alright, let me get my little opener here. Now there are a couple items, I believe, hopefully they're at the top, that are actually part of what I purchased during the bazaar that afternoon. Let's see if I can find those and show you those. So this would have been one of them. Actually, I don't really remember purchasing this one, but I guess so. Big game. I was probably going for a... Yeah, I don't really recall this being one of the ones that I selected, but I sometimes forget things, so I'll take that apart, and I may have seen the quilt out of it and liked it that way. Alright, so right off the top, I'm somewhat happy. So, let's see, and there's something else in here that I think I bought. Get to it. Maybe not. Nope, I don't think I bought that. It was, must have been from a bolt. Just the, yeah. Okay, well somewhere else in here there's something that I actually bought that afternoon. But let me pause you and let you take a look at the top of the box. So this was 27 pounds of scrap fabric, and they estimate that it's about 6 ounces a yard for fabric. So let me set you down and we'll see what we got here. Okay, so not 100% sure how I feel right from the top of this, but I can tell one thing here that's making me feel pretty good. So if you saw my last video, this is actually a print by Sweetwater, and I have a little bit of that, and so now I have a little bit more, and I have a 3-yard cut of that, so now I've got a little bit more of that, and I didn't have this one, so now I can put that into my blocks too. And I think I was talking in the previous video that I might do that on the back, and that I was thinking about using a little bit of it for the front, so maybe this would be the little bit of it for the front, and this will go into a block as well. And like I said, this could be the background. So I will set that aside with that previous bundle, and then I'll definitely be sure to have enough for a quilt. Alright, let me just grab a stack and start going here. Okay, so welcome to fall. Alright, that's a really pretty little acorn there. Oranges and greens. Let's see, who is this by? See, I think I've got some here that are actually going to be part of a collection. So, Cozy Up by Corey Yoder. So, I love Corey Yoder, so we love that. So, I'll fold that up like that. Set that off to the side here. See if anything else in this little portion of the bundle is maybe by Corey as well. Nope, so this is a Sandy Gervais Awesome Autumn. So I think I actually have another small jelly roll of this coming. So I'm going to set that off to the side. And even if I don't, and I don't maybe have any other Corey Yoder, like I would put that together. It's kind of different, but I would do it. All right, so, and then completely different is a pink here that is Riley Blake. This actually, yep, I think this goes with the, oh, where did I put it? Uh-oh. So it actually kind of goes with all this pink, but I think in my last video I was showing you this one I got in a scrap bag. And let's see, I think I didn't have a salvage, or did I? So this is actually Hope and Bloom, and this one is Strength and Pink. Well, you know what? They might be different collections, but I had already kind of pulled some pinks from my stash, thinking that maybe that would be a cute quilt together. This one's kind of different, but and the orangey is a little bit, but that might actually be a pretty cute scrappy quilt together there. So you know what? If I don't have any more fabrics in this collection, in this box, guess what? It goes right in with this stuff. And I think looks pretty nice for a quilt of its own. Or just even you know, here's all my pinks. Let's pull a pink for this project. Alright, let me set that off there. Come back over here. Okay, so we got little barns. So this is going to be most likely part of a fall line as well. But let's take a look and see if I can find a salvage. Actually, it might be a winter line. That little trees there. Yep, Red Barn Christmas by Sweetwater. Awesome. I should have known that. I don't know why I didn't know that. Alright, so another Sweetwater, but a different collection. So I'm going to set this off to the side with that other Sweetwater. And I don't know that I remember the name of this one. I wonder if there was something on the salvage. Timber? No. Why am I not reading it correctly? Timber. Yeah, it's timber. It's just the B and the E were a little different. Anyhow. Okay. Oh, this is cute. So this is... Oh, let's see. See if I can see a salvage here. A Bushel in a Peck by Alicia Jacobs. Michael Miller. Alright, so I think I actually have some pieces from this collection as well. And so this is a really good size piece here. So let's see. With the fabric by... It's going to be at least a 1 yard cut, if not 2. Let me take a look here. No, it's probably a 1 yard. No, it's a 2 yard cut. Yeah, it's a 2 yard cut. Sorry, I was not... The box is kind of in my way. So I can't spread it across my mat here, and I'm getting confused. But yeah, and that's just a beautiful color too. And definitely lovely for garden. For B is for blackberry, C is for clementine, D is for durian. E is for elderberry, F is for fig. That's cute. Okay. Alright, so where to set that? Let's set it off to the side there. Okay, grabbing another bundle. Just grabbing a handful here. Alright, I can already tell some of this goes with some of the stuff. Alright, so let's look at this one. Sandy Gervais. Maybe. Oh, I bet we don't have a salvage on it. Yep, nope. Sandy Gervais. Awesome Autumn. Alright. Perfect. And that's at least a yard. Yeah, with the fabric, a yard. So, well, no, sorry, not a yard. It's a half yard. Sorry, thinking with the fabric again. It's at least a half yard. It's about 24 inches. So, more like 3/4. No, 2/3. Sorry. Math. Ugh. Alright, so that can go with that one. Perfect. Ooh, I wonder if this goes in that same line. I don't know. It might be kind of Halloween-y. Let's see. I bet. Yep, Awesome Autumn by Sandy Gervais. Yay! I didn't even look at that collection, so... But I can... Sometimes you just kind of know that it's from the same collection. And sometimes you think you know, and then you realize you were wrong, and it doesn't really matter because you thought it looked good together, so hey. Alright, so put that over in that pile too. And then, so this is more likely what you're going to get from a scrap bag. It's probably 10 inches, and actually at most I'll probably be able to get 8 inches out of it. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, about 8 inches out of it, and then have a few scraps from this little piece here. But that might be all I need, you know. Maybe I just want to do a block similar to that, and I just want the little piece in the center. Hey, that's perfect. Alright. And actually, I don't know, it might be a little bit short, but, or a little bit not enough for, you know, doing a big quilt, but hey, you can always kind of resize it and or get more. That's the thing. Most of this box here isn't necessarily, I don't think this one was necessary. I think it was sold during the Destash on a Saturday, but I don't necessarily think this is all Destash fabric. I think they were cutting that afternoon for just sales in the store and or sales for the bazaar that day. And yeah, and maybe some of it is old, I don't know, but it's autumn and we're not quite in autumn yet, so I would think, you know, I mean, and maybe it is old because Christmas is in the stores already, but it's not like it's old, like 10 years old or something. It's just not necessarily the next thing that's coming. So another awesome autumn, and this is probably almost enough for a backing for a lap quilt. So it's at least a yard. So that's awesome. Awesome autumn is awesome. Yay. Alright, so put that in there. Actually, you know what? I want to start doing this bundle a little bit nicer. So, sorry to take some time from the video here, but just for myself to be able to see all the fabrics in a glance, I want to kind of get this figured out a little bit better here. Alright, so let's see, can I do, well, I guess that doesn't make any difference really, but something a little bit more like that. The greens are going to blend together, but this way I see everything that's in that stack. Okay. And this fabric right here, betcha anything it goes with the, oh, maybe not. Nope, for Dashwood Studio. And actually, now that I look at it, at them closer together, it does not. For a second there, I was thinking, well, actually, it wouldn't be too bad. You know, like if you did this for the back and, I don't know, anyhow. So for Dashwood Studio, and the other's a Michael Miller. Happy Fruit. So I don't know, I'm not familiar with this collection or designer, or even really the Dashwood Studio. But I do love this little design here. So that would be awesome. This would be awesome for a picnic table cloth. Wouldn't that be cute? I wonder how much fabric is here. There's got to be at least 2 yards. Okay. Yeah, there's got to be at least a yard and a half. So that could make a picnic table quilt or tablecloth for a picnic table. Is that the way to say it? I don't know. It's getting kind of late and I'm getting tired. But anyhow, isn't that pretty? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and shove that off with the other text one there. Okay, just grabbing a random handful here. Okie dokie. Some little sailboats. Not a huge piece here, but at least more than a fat quarter, half yard. Not quite, but it's enough. Alright, so there's that. And then that same one in blue. And that same one in red. So that's awesome. You make a red, white, and blue beach quilt. Cool. Alright, so let me kind of fold these up a little bit. Actually, I almost want to do that like a jelly roll. And just, you know what, let's put this one on the outside. Do that like a little jelly roll there. Awesome. And I am going to actually, you know what, let's see, I'm going to push this off to the side, shove some things over there. Alright, looks like another awesome autumn. You know what, I don't need to look at the salvage, I can tell you that's what that's going to be. So that's really pretty. Okay, this one right here, I think might be a panel of some sort, or at least a border. So this one really would be, for me, this one really would be a scrappy thing that I don't necessarily want to use the border part here. But this is really pretty. I would cut this up into some smaller squares and use it in a scrappy quilt. In fact, what do you think? I don't know. I don't know if it quite... Anyhow. Yeah, so that's kind of cutesy. So I will put that with some scraps to be cut up, because I think that's what's going to happen with that one, but never know, I might find the rest of something that goes with it. Alright, another little handful here. Try to grab what I think is all alike. Oh, this is so cute. Look at those little dogs and cats. Isn't that cute? I could see a pet bed out of that. And even if I don't do anything with this, this is the kind of thing that I almost just give to our groomer and let them use it for bandanas. Okay, and I think I got another cut of that here too, so I'll just show you that. Another color. The Alexander Henry Fabrics Collection. This canine is mine. Although he says this canine is mine, and yet I would have thought that was a cat. But maybe not. I guess it's a dog with cat-like ears. Anyhow. Alright, so set those aside. Oop, and here we got the blue. Here's the blue version. So set that aside too. And it looks like a red, white, and blue fabric. Let's see, there's a salvage in here. Let's see if I can find this one. Crown Thy Good with Brotherhood, My Country by Kathy Schmitz. I might have a layer cake of this, so I'll set that aside for that. I'll either incorporate it somehow with the layer cake, or it could be the backing for a quilt, or I could take the scraps from the layer cake in this and make a little wall hanging, something like that. Alright. Some Christmas fabric. Always need some extra Christmas fabric for something. So, let's see. All That Glitters is Snow. Not sure who that's by or what, but It's cute. It'll go in with my Christmas fabric. Always just make some ornaments or something like that. Alright, so this goes with the red, white, and blue sailboat fabric here. So there you go. You got some little toddlers that are getting into starting to swim. I can't quite tell. I guess it is random. I was like, why does some of it look upside down? Because they randomly have them upside down. Okay. Whatever. There's that bundle. Looks like another little Christmas one here. This might be a panel. Or just borders. Yeah, just borders. You know, do a little wall hanging and put the borders on it. Or you can just put it on the back of a Christmas quilt. Or other people probably have a ton of ideas for these. I don't have a lot. You know, I might, you know, hot pad. Make a hot pad out of a portion of it. That sort of thing. You can always fussy cut it as well and then like put a different border on it, something like that. Alright, so let's put that in there with that. And then the snowflake. Yeah, the snowflake went with that line there. I wonder if this has a salvage on it to tell. Diane Cater for Blank Quilting Core. Okay. Awesome. And I will fold this up and set that aside here too. Alright, next pile. Let's see. Oh, let's see. We got some black. This is not necessarily cotton. Not real sure what. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't. I don't know what that feels like. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a. I guess it's a cotton, but just doesn't quite feel right. Alright, so this is kind of a piece that I don't know what I would chalk this one up to. I mean, I'm going to try to figure out how to use it. It's not bad, it's just not, I don't know, it just doesn't quite feel right. But I'm betting it maybe was supposed to go with the Christmas stuff here. I don't know. There's no real way of telling much on this one. I can tell you it is probably it's pretty good size, I can tell you that. It's at least 2 yards. Actually 4 yards because it's doubled up. So yeah, like a 4 yard. I wonder if this is what the form, the board here was for. Let's see. Color, well, this is color cloud, so I don't think that's it. But yeah, I think it's a good fabric still. It just feels a little bit rough. But that might just be because I'm not super used to dealing with solids. So I'm going to throw that off to the side here and continue on. But yeah, that'll make a couple nice quilts. just a little texturally interesting. So, but it'll make a couple of nice quilts. So, all right, got a few small pieces here. Okay, so let's see. I'm not real sure. I'm assuming this probably goes with the. Maybe not. I don't know. Let me see what I can see on the salvage on this one. It is Beach Baby by Retro Vintage. That's the sailboat one that I had been looking at. So not the same thing at all. Which I didn't really think so, but this is much more grown up than the other one. Oh, actually, oh my goodness, I say that, and then Beach Baby by Retro Vintage. So, that's awesome. I was kind of torn between how this looks very baby, and then this just looks like a little bit more like little boy. Like baby to little boy. I don't know. Anyhow. So, but that's kind of nice because it's a quilt that you can do for a toddler. Again, I say beach themed. It's a quilt that you could do for mom and dad and the toddler. How's that? I don't know. I'm losing track of what I'm trying to say. But red, white, and blue. And then red, white, and blue. So yeah, it's going to look pretty nice. Awesome. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and open these up now. They're just not, they're not quite folded the way they usually are, but it'll be fine. I will try to refold them at a later point so that I can still see everything and sometime put that quilt together. So I think that's all I can see for right now. So that's a pretty awesome little bundle there. So again, Beach Baby by, was it Retro? Where's the salvage? Come on. Yeah, Beach Baby by Retro Vintage. So, if anybody's interested in that, that's what you're looking for. And that is going to be cute. Okay, so this one right here, no idea. See if I can find a salvage. It's a nice print, though. Sweetwater. It's timber. Okay, awesome. I was kind of vaguely wondering if that would go with all of this right here. Yeah, let me package this up here and I'll show you some of the other fabrics that I actually got in the bag that I had earlier this week. So, some of this right here is the same line, so not all of it. This, and I think these right here were things that these couple of little pieces here were things that I threw in. That was something I threw in because I can't find a salvage, but I liked it. And same with this piece right here. Other than that, the stripes and the fishies, of course, were part of this Sweetwater collection for timber. And I just kind of threw this couple of things in here, thinking that they kind of blended and I might use them on the back or something like that. Or I might use the timber fabrics and do a project with, I think this is gingerbread panel. But anyhow, I just kind of set it here. And so now I can actually take all of this and set it with all of this. And I will have a decent size quilt to put together. So let me slide that in there and just kind of, you know what, I'll just slide this in here. And I think we'll slide that on top of the white. And I'll just slide this in like how I had it kind of folded up so I could see everything. Let's kind of do something like that for now. And let's slide this around this. I don't know. Starting to get really tired and hot. Oh, and then I forgot to put this in there. It is kind of odd because it really doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't quite, that is kind of strange. I don't know, let me look at it again. It's just a little bit, but it is Timber by Sweetwater. I don't know, it just seems slightly more black than what that does. It does go well with the fish though. So there's that. Alright, I'll package that up. Put that in there too. Just tuck that in. Tuck that in like that. Okay. Alright, so I gotta pause for a minute here because I gotta have a drink. Alright, so I took a little break and now I'm pretty good. Okay, let's see. So this one right here, is this the Hope and Bloom or Strength in Pink? Alright, so that is really pretty. And this one actually does have the ribbon in it. But very pretty. And let's see, what else do we have to go with that? So, there's just a little pink fabric there. Honestly, this is probably, what, 2 yards at least? 1, 2, 3, 4 times, yeah, about 2 yards, roughly. Not quite. Not quite. Usually would not get yardage in the scrap bag, but yeah, so that must have really been the end and just kind of tossing it in there. So alright, so that pink and that pink, and it looks like there's a little bit more pink in here, so let me go ahead and try to pull those out. Couple little pieces. So this is more like a scrap bag here. Getting just a small 4 or 5 inch cut. But they're still pretty good pieces to do something with. So these are the pieces that you just cut up into the little center squares. I have to probably say I'm sorry for how my fingernails look too. I had to do some stuff today that actually got some graphite under my nails. So I'll get them. I tried scrubbing it, but it's going to have to just wear off, I think. Alright, so got those couple pieces. I'm going to go ahead and fold this solid pink and put it in the pink bundle that I have. And we'll see what all... So I have a bunch of other fabrics from a few years ago when I actually did a quilt for breast cancer for my sister-in-law. And so I will probably take those and add it with these and the other pile that I had earlier. And then add this in as well. And I will come up with a whole other quilt at some point. And then I'll probably still have a bunch of scraps left from it. So, but... I'll try to use some of those scraps that I already have. So, alright, let me go get that pile and put them all together here. So I will just try to incorporate this too into... So this is the kind of pile that I would maybe set aside if I don't get a chance to do it right away. And I'm working on something else where I need a little piece of a pink. I would just come to this and go, oh, okay, I'll just use this here. But for the time being, once I start to look at this all and pull it aside and say I want to make a quilt out of this, I'll have it all bundled together here. Okay, what else we got here? So, this is a pretty one. A nice red. This makes me feel like a Lori Holt fabric, but probably not. Let's see. Well, it's a Riley Blake. Red Hot. By Assorted Designers. So... okay, well that's cute. It would definitely be something that I would maybe put in with some of Lori Holt's fabrics. Actually, there's quite a few designers that I could probably think of that this would be pretty in with their bundles. So, or even just a heart, just like a Valentine's quilt. That would be pretty. Or a summer, red, white, and blue. I like that idea too. So I will just set this off to the side and look for something to put it with in a little bit. Every once in a while in a scrap quilt. Or a scrap bag. Hello Kitty. So I actually will hang this up on my little bag because I have all kinds of ties like this. Or strips like this for... ties for tying up my blackberries and things like that. Tying up the tomatoes. All that kind of stuff. I would put that in with the Valentine's quilt. That'd be cute. Alright, just set that aside too. A nice batik here. That's cute. I got a pile of batiks and I'll just set that with those. Looks like we got some Halloween fabric in here. That's always nice. And some fall quilts and maybe just a little strip of something here. It's probably kind of in there by accident more than anything. Throw that over there. But yeah, this is, I don't really know the name of it, but it was to go with one of the Halloween lines, I think. So I will stick that with my Halloween stuff, just in case I need a little strip of something. And then pumpkins. I love that, that's so pretty. Let's see. This would make a great backing for like a fall quilt or fall wall hanging. Can't read upside down. Andrea Tokiera for Henry Glass. So that's a pretty gold. It's kind of the ornate pumpkin feeling to it. So I like that. Yeah, that's pretty. Alright, and looks like I got another piece to go with that line. Maybe a panel, maybe just borders. I think it's just borders. But that'd be pretty. I've even thought at times, like if you wanted to do, like maybe you wanted to quilt like a saying on it or something like that, and then just use the borders for the borders actually. That could be kind of cute. Alright, so I'll come up with something for that. I might set that aside right now to come up with something fairly soon, since it's August. So I'll set that over there. Alright, what else have we got here? This is a pretty good size cut. That's pretty. Now this one I gotta know who. Okay, so I have not heard of this. Okay, let's see. Let me open it up wider so I can get the full name here. Jungle Mania. Machano by Blend. I'm not sure I've heard of them, but that is a very, very pretty fabric. Yeah, I like that. That's, well, I feel like there's something that I know of, and I can't think of it right now. Shoot. There's something that I feel like this is going to go with, and I just don't have it right in front of me to remember. Alright, well, for now I'll just set this off to the side here. Okay, looks like another batik. Almost a wintry type. The snowflakes. And this is a really good size cut here. At least a yard. Let me see. So with the fabric, and I would say definitely a yard. Right at. Yep. At least 16 inches times 4, that's more like 2 yards. So yeah, so alright, that's awesome. You do a batik and use this for the back. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Alright, I gotta go put this with my batik stash. Gorgeous, and actually this little piece went with it. So you could put this on the front with a bunch of other colors and then use that on the backing. Awesome. Alright, so this one right here I think is one that I actually bought. There was like a jelly roll and one fabric and one little bundle of 3 solids that I had bought. And I think this is one of the ones that you know what, actually, all of a sudden I'm not sure. I feel like I wanted to, but then decided that it might be in the box and I should just wait and see. But this is another strengthened pink. So I think, I think this was actually part of the box. Because I thought about it and then didn't. But yes, that is very pretty. This would make a beautiful backing for a pink quilt. I love it. Alright, and actually it might not even be the backing. It might be a nice wide sash and strips or something like that. I gotta get that bundle again and put this with it. Okay, this is a nice one. Alright, so this is a Riley Blake. Be in my bonnet. Alright, Lori Holt. Yay! I was hoping there'd be some. And it's a nice blender too, so that's awesome. So I can just, don't necessarily have to just use it with Lori's. Well, you don't have to use any fabric with just the same designer, but this would be a pretty blender. And in fact, it's different greens, but I can kind of see it. And different greens. But I could kind of see that too. In fact, it's more of a more lime green and more blue green. Actually, that's more blue. And more green. That would be something pretty. Let's see. What do you think? I don't know. This might be crazy. That could be a little bit odd. But it could be pretty too. I don't know. I probably won't do it, but that would be kind of neat. Alright. You know what? Maybe I will put it over there with those. Just for now. See what we get. Okay, this is nice. This has got to be used for something. I love buttons. Bags. Maybe. I mean, there's enough of it here. It could just be the backing of a quilt. Sewing is my happy place. Yep. Alright, so this is at least 30 inches. Yeah, about 30 inches, so not quite a yard, but pretty good size. So, but it would definitely make some nice bags too. I could see this as, I would love this as sashing for a sewing related quilt. Just see like a nice big strip. It'd be pretty. Alright, let's fold this one back up. Now I just have to find the time to do all of this. That's the only problem. Well, that's not the only problem, but that's one of the problems. Someday, take all my vacation at the same time and just start making stuff. So, kitties. I wonder if this is more the Riley Blake by multiple designers. No. Yep, Red Hot by Assorted Designers. So that's that same collection. So I'll get this one back out and put it with it. Same collection. A little bit different reds though. So that's interesting. But that would be cute. Actually, let's put it this way. Okay. So, and some of the pumpkins in yellow, or gold. It really is more of a gold than a yellow. Alright, so about 2/3, more like 3/4 of a yard, so cool. Can always do, if there were a third print in here, and actually, even without a third print, it would be nice if there were a third print that was different than these. So, like, these being the same basic toss of pumpkins, just in different colors. It would be nice if there was something different that went with this, besides just the borders here. Because then you could do, like, 3 different items in some sort of patchwork. So I mean, maybe like 3 strips going horizontal, 3 strips going vertical, and then use your borders as sashing and borders. But yeah, something like that would be cute. Okay, pull this piece out of here because I know where it goes. It's another Sandy Gervais Awesome Autumn. This is one that I almost bought the layer cake of. So probably a good thing I didn't, since I got a whole bunch of it. So awesome. But yeah, it was definitely, this is definitely my style. So actually everything is my style. I'll sew it up and sell it to, or give it to somebody else. set that over there. Ooh, this is a pretty one. Nice sewing themed one. I bet that goes with the buttons. What do you think? Never did really check the, oh, nope, Northcott. Okay, so it doesn't, but it might for me. Yeah, so this is more gray and this more black and white. This is Northcott. This is Riley Blake Designs. J. Wecker Frisch. Actually, I need to open it up now because it could look really different on the inside. White, black, and colors. Alright. I love that now. I love that. I'm going to have to check out the rest of her line. And see what all that is. What was the name of it again? She Who Sews. Okay, so this is actually an old one. That's interesting. I think. Maybe there's a new version. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Alright, so, and actually I think I have a panel that this would go with, so, okay. Alright. This reminds me of Gingerbread. Why do I think that might be the case? Maybe not. No. Okay. Figo. Dana Willard. More pie. Alright, I like that name. I got some Figo fabrics in another bundle the other day. And I don't know that anything, I don't think there was anything that matched with that, but I love that color. It's really pretty. I bet this maybe, nope, P&B Textiles. Might not say that it's in the same collection, but I sure like the color match there. So that would be kind of pretty. Maybe if I found one other thing and use this for a border around 2 prints there. And just did like a couple of small little blocks while hanging. That would be kind of pretty. But this might be the kind of thing that I just set aside to use for a backing for something, or hey, when I do find another fabric that I want to do like a 2-color quilt or something like that. And this is at least a yard. Probably 2 actually. Maybe not quite 2. Yeah, so 26 inches, it's at least 52 inches, so a yard and a half. Yeah. Well, now I can't get it folded back up. That's awesome. Alright. Anyhow, that's really pretty. So I like that. And actually, this one where the designer, I can't remember, it's almost too matchy-matchy. Yeah, it is. Okay. Throw that back over there. Even though this, with another color of maybe the yellow or the black, this would be very pretty. I'm actually just going to set this aside in my box for scraps. Like scrappy scraps. Like, this is not necessarily a scrap. This is a you know, like I said, a yard and a half cut, so it's not what I would necessarily call a scrap. It's more of a stash buster. I don't know. Add it to your stash, and well, I wonder what line this is. So this is an awful lot of this particular color. Let's see. It's pretty mustardy. It's a Riley Blake, so I already like it. Hibiscus. Don't see the designer. I feel like I was looking for hibiscus the other day, though. Simple Simon and Company. I know there was something in relation to hibiscus. Maybe this was a piece in my previous scrap bag. I feel like that might be the case. But I just can't think of it right now. I wonder, was it in here? Maybe? No. Huh. Yeah. I feel like I've seen this particular image, but in a tan instead of a mustard color. But I do like this one. This would have been one that I probably would have bought on Destash. So, and especially getting a good amount of it. That's nice. You can be sure that I can definitely have enough for blocks and or the backing of a quilt. I can definitely have enough for the backing and possibly even enough to add into some blocks for a quilt front. So that's nice. Okay, what else have we got? This is getting to be very, very long. I might have to divide it into two. Alright, so this would be a Valentine's, cute little Valentine's